Lee, I just wonder, you know, again, I think the mood and campaign is a little bit dictated by, of course, the disappointment going out the cup. But I've got to be honest with you, I mean, look, you've known me for many, many years, and you know how I felt after the Sheffield United exits, the Forest exits of the cup. I've got to say, I actually feel just a lot more optimistic. We've got a lot more to play for, obviously, of course, with Spurs going into the second half of the season, because of the nature of the fact that with Tottenham now, you know, it does feel European football would be really important to this squad. It obviously allows you to enhance the squad. It gives Ange the opportunity to look at bringing better players in. So just how important is it, Lee, that we really do step back into the league form that we have shown previously and don't allow a blip to happen here? Because as we've said here, we've got some favourable games coming up, 4 out of the next 5 at home. We really, really do need to go on a run now, right?
Yeah, I think Ad makes you actually make a really good point about the deserved to win games. And you are right. You know, I wasn't at the Villa game actually because I was working weirdly on that weekend, but we absolutely battered them. To be fair, and we should have taken the points, and then obviously we didn't. And you know, the Premier League is brutal for that. Yeah, similar against Chelsea. We know what happened now. I think Wolves was the game. I think there's been 3 games personally. I think there's been 3 games. I think it's been Wolves. I think it's been Fulham in the Cup, and I think it's been City the other night. They are basically the 3 games that I didn't see Ange ball. And there is a common denominator in that, and you can work out what that is. I'm sure everyone will know. But where I'm disappointed with where I'm going into this game a little bit like a bit tentative is because we was at home. Because I know we're playing the best team in the planet and this, that, and the other. But the reality of the situation is that we had 1 attempt, like 1. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm like, you know, we need to be getting them runs in. Maybe look on the bright side, right? Maybe Vernon makes them same runs against Brentford and he gets found 14 times, like he didn't the other day, and all of a sudden he scores a hat trick. But that's you know, the creating of chances, the possession stats, the passing stats, the creating chances, the being in the positions to score. None of that was there the other night. None of that was there really against Wolves. And it wasn't really there against. That's where I would say there probably 3 games. And bearing in mind that actually the Villa game that we talked about, we were completely decimated with injuries. We had fullbacks playing as centre backs, you know, all this kind of stuff as well. You know, we even went up to the Etihad and gave it a go and got a 3-3 out of it in the league. So hopefully we get back to that. I don't know. It's really difficult why my mood is the way it is. I'm not normally like this. I'm just worried. I'm just worried that we've got 17 games left. That's it in our season. So we have to get something out of the season. Statistics, you know, I love the blue book, and you love the statistics and stuff. Statistically, we shouldn't fall out of even a top 4. I know we're not even in top 4 at the moment, but we shouldn't fall with the amount of points that we've got, the amount of ratios that what we've been doing. We shouldn't fall away. But we did again last season, didn't we? We did fall away. You know, we were 3rd up until the Southampton game, which I think this was this weekend. This weekend last season, I think it might have been a bit earlier. We was 3rd until the Southampton game with that 3-3, and then it all went Pete Tong. So I've got that a little bit in the back of my mind, and I do think I think personally, I think I'm missing Sonny. You know, I think he brings so much.
We're all missing Sonny, aren't we? We're all missing him. Yeah.
It's just my mood, like, I think that, you know, I love that theme tune, Happy Days, and everything that TJ Remini did with us, and you know, the whole with the Fonz and Henry Winkler. It was such a good time, and I've got that, you know, the video that Sky made with. I want to get back to that, and it doesn't feel like we're there. I think we need the game tomorrow.
We need to win tomorrow. We need that win tomorrow.
We need to win, and we need to not win scrappy. We need to go out and play Ange ball and smash Brentford. Because, you know, when you look at the statistics on Brentford, it's a bit that you know, I don't think they play that open, to be fair. I think they actually sit back and absorb pressure like Forest are trying to do with Arsenal tonight. I think if you look at the possession stats against Brentford at the beginning of the season, I think we had something like 78% possession. And that was Ange's first game. And we just sold Kane as well. So and that was them lot at home. So and they have Bemo and Wisa who are not playing. So I don't know. I'm a bit worried about Brentford. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Tony factor. Maybe it's that we didn't create enough chances. But maybe we need to be going in there and smashing them. And Keith makes a good point. You're moving like the rest of us because of Sonny. Yeah, maybe I am. But I just said that. I think I'm missing Sonny. But we're not a team. We're not the Harry Kane team. We're not the Heung-min Son team.
No.
Maybe we're missing Maddison. That creative. You know, I don't think Bentancur was at it the other night. I don't think Kulusevski was at it the other night. You know, Brennan Johnson's been getting a lot of stick as well. We just need that front element to click because there's no excuses at the back now, Rick.
No,
we've got everyone fit. It has to be that we score and go and we go.
Patty, coming over to you. Look, we know how big a miss Heung-min Son is to this Tottenham team, just in regards to the captaincy, how he does drive the players on. You got any concern, Pat, that in an ideal world, Sonny could be back here right now? Because I think there's no doubt about it. He's a very much vocal, you know, person on the field, and we've seen that really from the moment he took the captaincy. But I still think, Pat, with the players we've got enough quality over the next couple of weeks without Son to get results, right?
Yeah, exactly that. And you know, I saw people kind of almost celebrating when Sonny, as in South Korea, were losing, and he was potentially on his way home. I've said it on here, and I say it on any podcast or anytime I talk to somebody. I want Son. I want our players to go all the way. I want them to win stuff, you know, irrespective if it's club or country. Yes, it's an inconvenience for us right now, but we have more than enough to beat the teams that we're facing. And I want our guys to be successful. So if that means Son playing the remaining games and winning, that's much better for us in the long run than him coming back early to face, with all due respect, to Brentford or Everton. These are teams that we should be beating without Son. So, you know, I want Son. I was upset when I saw Sarr go out. He scored his penalty. It was a really good penalty. Obviously, him coming home, see people celebrating. It's not a good feeling for somebody to come back losing a game that they should win and to go out on penalty. So we don't know if we're going to get the same upbeat Sarr because obviously of what's just happened. So put things into context.
Really good point. Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people are so selfish and only thinking it from a club perspective, but these are guys that live and breathe and die football, and obviously they want to represent their country at the highest level. And to go out when you're the favourites, like, you know, they were the favourites to win that AFCON and they've crashed out. It's not a good look. So I want Son's obviously getting a bit older now. When I say old, as in football terms, you don't know if he's going to be at the next, you know, Asia Cup of tournaments and so on. So I want him to win it, man. It's an inconvenience for us right now, but you know, in the longer term or bigger picture, it's a great thing for Son and for Spurs. So you know, of course, it does hinder us right now, but yeah, we should be able to beat Brentford, Everton, whoever else is coming up. And I know Lee feels a bit downbeat because of what happened with City, but I feel upbeat, man. I feel that when you take a look at the bigger picture, we've played really good in most of the games. Like Lee said, Villa, we absolutely smashed them. We should have been home and dry in the first half. Same with West Ham. City, you know, we did really well at the Etihad, which was strange because we had a back four with all four fullbacks. And then opposed to like Friday, where we had a more complete team and we didn't play as well. So sometimes you can't call it. You just got to go out there and play your game.